to share some of my experiences and what I've recently gathered about certain things and certain decisions that I've made that which I believe that it's really helped me, and maybe it might be helpful also to you. So during the COVID-19 period, I was in China. I'm still in China. And that time, when the COVID-19 just came out, just exposed to the world, I was in my school, and so everyone left, all the foreigners in my university, they all left to their country, and almost all of them, I would say almost all of them. Still there were a few students, but it's just really few. And it's I would say the almost whole university was emptied. Everywhere were dark, and it was really like it was like really chaotic times at that time. And so I was one of the students who decided to stay, because I heard from the people who left to their country that they will not be able to come back, because the COVID-19 period was full of uncertainty, and we didn't know like when they will be able to come back. And so I decided to stay, and so I just stayed, and the school was really emptied out almost. There were no foreigners, there were no Chinese, because everyone left due to fear and due to all these uncertainties. And so I was really by myself. There were no people to talk. There were no any activity to do. So even the school canteens, like it was just a few of them, because most of them were closed. And so even the food was during that time, although right now I feel really appreciative of everything that I had, despite feeling like so many things were not enough at that time, because the food was at that time, with that mindset, it was horrible. But now I appreciate for everything. And so that time, in the beginning, of course, I was really complaining, and I was really going through so huge frustration and so much anxiety and worriness, and so many feelings, so many like chemical explosion were going on within my body, within my mind. But I just didn't know what to do about it, because there was nothing to do. And so I decided to just live day by day, and every day I go to a canteen, eat food, and come back to my room. Or before that, I would walk around the lake, and it was like a ghost. Like the school was like a ghost town. There was no any place, but it really helped me to walk around the lake, around the water, to calm myself down and try to adjust the situation. And so then I decided to read books, just focus on my inner growth. And so I decided to read so many books, philosophical books, religious books, any type of book. Also books that were related to my academic career. And I was also writing my own thesis during that time. And so why I'm talking about this is that recently, I would say it was not really quite recent, but it was like a month ago. My two housemates, we out of nowhere, we started to have a conversation. yeah, it was the first time we came really close. Like we became a little more intimate because mostly I'm always in my room and they are always in their room, and I'm quite. I would say I became really distant from the people since the COVID-19 times. Because it became kind of like a habit to me, and I kind of slowly get accustomed to live by myself and enjoy my alone time. But a month ago, suddenly, I don't know, like my housemate was cleaning the common area that's which I don't really use, and I kind of, although I don't really use, but still sometimes I walk by, and so I kind of had a very compassionate feeling towards her, and I just wanted to thank to her. And then she started to open her heart. One conversation opened another one. She first talked about her supervisor, and then she talked about her family, and then she told me that she lost her father and in the traffic accident, and also her sister. Her sister was she lost her leg during that traffic accident. She already lost her father, but her sister, despite she's being alive, she left her leg, and I felt really bad, and so I decided to have a conversation with her. So we had a seat and we started to talk, and so when she asked me about how long have I been here, and I told her that I was here during the COVID-19 period, and she she told me, she kind of gave me so much I don't know, like confidence and motivation and so much encouraging words. She told me that if I'm gone through COVID-19 by myself bravely, there is nothing that I will not survive. So she kind of reminded me that I was really so powerful and strong enough to go through those periods by myself. She kind of told me that you are a survivor, like you are a powerful being who survived those periods by yourself. So I kind of realized, yeah, it was true. I mean, most of the people during those times, they were with their family, with their beloved ones, with their partners, but I was by myself. It was true. And so I realized, yeah, maybe I was underestimating myself. Like I've really gone through a survival mode. Like now I'm thriving because I realized, yes, I was really powerful enough to be by myself, but at the same time, I think there was a reason perhaps for me to stay in the university during those times, because there were so many problems, so many issues that few other people in the university, they were not really talking about. Probably I was the only one who was complaining and who was bringing all those issues to address in the university, and I think they really appreciated me at that time, and also because maybe it was maybe because of my education during those times. I was doing my master in the law, and so I guess at that time my kind of my advocate part of me during those times wanted to really advocate for the people's rights at that time, and also animals' rights at that time, because there were also so many animals died. I remember in the lake, and I don't know, in some way I find out that there were so many poisons around the lake, and so many fishes, they were all dead, and there were so many issues in our building. There were many times there were no water, COVID-19 just outbreak, and there were no water in our building, and when there was water, the water from the pipe, it was coming like blue. It was like weird. I don't even know. Like, it was so many problems, and so I think it was needed for me to be in the university those times, to bring certain issues to the surface to fix, because sometimes you need someone to talk, because most of the, like, maybe rest of the people, they don't really want to talk, or maybe they already feel weak, mentally weak, emotionally weak, spiritually already weak, because it was not like, it was unexpected. Nobody could foreseen that such situation would have occurred during those times. And so many people suddenly had a huge mental breakdown, and I don't know, I kind of feel like it was a miracle for me to still being so powerful mentally. But again, I have always been very experimental person since my childhood, because I would say I've been always alone since my childhood. I've been always by myself in my room most of the times. So I think maybe that is the reason I have always been came out from each situation even more powerful. So I was thinking about that, what my housemate told me before she left her country to Pakistan. She told me that if you survived those times, there is no any other situation that you wouldn't survive. Like, you are a really powerful, strong being. And she reminded me that, and I felt really appreciative of her. And despite I had times, I would admit that there were times that I had really depressed moments, really, I don't know, like, I don't even know the terms. I would say I felt really certain emotions that I don't even know how to express, but probably mostly depressed. But somehow there were things that were really helpful to me. For example, I started to read a lot, as I've already mentioned. And there were books like some spiritual books, some psychological books that really helped me. And I started to practice mindfulness. It really helped me a lot. I started to be really grateful for every food, for my bed, and for everything that I had, for the clean water that I had to drink, to take a shower, for the food that I've been having. Even one seed of rice was making me full of gratitude, full of appreciation. And also for the people, especially this is for the people who are going through like anxiety or depression or some other mental distortions like PTSD, I would say that try to really practice mindfulness every day, like a routine. Every day practice this, and try to use some oil, some smells to heal yourself. Because that is what I'm coming from, because I've been really going through like depression and PTSD and so many other stuff that I don't even know the names. But now I feel so great and so powerful, because that conversation reminded me how powerful I have been. And I am right now sharing some of the things that I've been doing since that time, and which I really believe that it helped me. I everyday practice mindfulness. I had gratitude for the food, as I've already mentioned. I don't want to mention again. I have always gone out to have a walk in the nature. I have connected to nature beyond and deeper, like beyond I can express, deeper than most of the humans around me. I've connected to like nature way deeper. I connect to trees, animals in more deeper manner. I really started to wish them also happiness and also wish them health, because they are all living beings. They are the members of the earth just like us. And these small things like touching a tree, touching an animal, this sensational touch, sensational feelings, especially very good for people who's going through PTSD or depression. I think these are some of the essential things in the process of healing, because we need other living beings around us to feel that we are not alone, that we are actually interconnected with other living beings. So there is no place to play the victim or play the me all the time, because the universe is full of so many members, like animals, like cats, dogs, like so many mammals, the members of the other mammals just like us, like ants, other like insect beings, water beings like fishes and all those animals, and trees. I really enjoy hugging trees. I started to hug them more often since the COVID-19, and also I started to use oils more often, although I have been using them even before the COVID-19, but I started to use them more often during the COVID-19, since then till far. Because smells are really, really useful for healing any kind of like mental problems and emotional problems. That's what I really, really think. So, and also I think that diet is really important. Of course, everyone's diet is based on what we crave, what our body crave. My body, since my childhood, wasn't made to be a carnivore. I would say I'm more like omnivore and herbivore, but I would say I'm more. I myself, I prefer to become a herbivore. I've been having vegetarian diet since, I think this year will be 5 years. Yeah, this year will be 5 years. So I don't know, like I think diet is really important, because you are what you eat after all. So if you are going through some anxiety or PTSD or some depression, like maybe it's really good idea to clean your body, maybe get rid of some meat for some time to really cleanse your body. But of course, you should also listen to your body. Like I think even if you eat meat, it's a good idea to cleanse your body for 1 day or 2 days in a week. And so yeah, for me, it's for changing my diet is also one of the, I'll say, one of the factor that I think that I'm feeling really good, peaceful. I would say the key term would be peaceful and also calm. And yeah, in the past I was more impulsive, and I was, especially eating meat would always make me feel more impulsive and also more angry. but since I've been having vegetarian diet, I'll say I've been feeling more peaceful. Although I wouldn't say I'm purely vegetarian, like I wouldn't say I'm 100% strict vegetarian, because I still there are times that I drink soup, which involves some meat. But I don't really eat the meat, but I just like to drink the water, like the soup in it. And yeah, but still I don't really eat meat, because I just don't like to eat. So yeah, diet is another thing that I think really helped me going through all those times peacefully. And yeah, I think that practicing every day, having some routines, like I burn incense every day after I wake up. I burn some candles before I sleep or in the morning. I didn't mention, I not only connected to nature in a very deep way, I also started to use some other elemental beings. Like I like to use fire, I like to use I like to touch the other elements. I like to use elements in my life, like fire element, stones, like wood, like rocks, in my life. Like I have many crystals in my life that I think, I don't know, like I kind of believe that crystals have their own energy and their own aura and their own power, somehow. Like I think I would say energy, like I don't know, I like to touch stones in my life, like the crystals. I like to use fire element in my life. I like to use water element in my life. I like to have earth, like I always touch the earth, and also crystals from the earth. So yeah, and I always burn different type of incense in my room to clean the air. I don't know, like I use the oils, essential oils in my diffuser, and I use incense in my room, and also fire, like the candles. I don't know, like these are some of the things that have been really helpful to me. And also I forgot to mention, since I've been vegetarian, I have been taking care of my diet even more, as I need to compensate for the meat that I don't consume anymore. So I started to eat more healthy things, and also started to have some other supplements. Like I do get vitamin D supplement every day, and vitamin B supplements and C supplements every day. Like these are supplements that I get every day. And also I started to use some of the spices that I started to use almost every day, like cinnamon, cacao powder, turmeric powder, and what else? Yeah, these are some of the things that I've been using almost every day. I don't know, like I would say that I'm telling these because this conversation is just came out of what my housemate has told me. She kind of told me that she has admired how I survived those times till now, and still being so powerful mentally and emotionally and physically. I survived because I started to really become mindful and become more appreciative of my life, and started be really mindful of what I consume, and also be more grateful for everything that I have. And and also started to really be in touch with the nature, because these are what makes us being human, because we are not alone in this world, and so we should be more connected with the nature, with the other members of the nature. This way we can be really happy and healthy, and we will not even have time to think about all those mental problems that we think that we have.